special Halloween edition of Get Up because the regular crowd is all here. But who do we have? The Macho Man Randy Savage has made his way in studio.
That's who that is.
Thank you very much.
Wait. Talk again?
Don't worry about that, brother. Let's get to some politics.
Okay. We will. But first,
bad Macho Man.
we're gonna I have a feeling Taylor has a few tricks up his sleeve today, despite the fact that he's not wearing sleeves. We'll have all of that as we continue on this edition. But we've got the World Series to begin with here, gentlemen. Performance of the night. It was not from Blake Snell. It was from his opposite number, Trey Savage. We'll get to him in a minute. But first, Blake Snell pitching for the Dodgers, and not well. This is the first pitch of the game. Gone! David Schneider, work with me on those. David Schneider, a fastball to left, so it's 1-0, one pitch into the game. And now, Vlad Guerrero Jr., this is 2 pitches later. Gone! And also a fastball. You hang it, bang it. He banged it. First time in World Series history, a game starts with back-to-back jacks. Blue Jays up 2-0, and Trey Savage would not need more. Look at this rookie go. That's Freddie Freeman chasing a splitter, and Teoscar Hernandez on a slider, and then another split to Tommy Edman. Savage, 4 Ks through 2. Blue Jays up 2-0. It's 2-1 in the third. Shohei Ohtani. Look how nasty that is. It's still 2-1 Toronto. Bottom of 6. Same score. Ohtani at the plate. He's got a chance. Look at Addison Barger diving and makes the catch.
Hard hit ball, though. Hard hit ball.
Savage loves it. Bottom of the 7th. The rookie is still out there. This guy made his major league debut a month and a half ago. Now he's facing Freddie Freeman with everything in the world at stake, and he gets him. 12 strikeouts for Savage, the most by a rookie in World Series history. And then with 1 out in the 7th, they turn the double play. Savage, 7 innings, 12 Ks, no walks. Look at his parents. What a moment for the family. The Blue Jays are on the brink. They win it 6-1. They're up 3 games to 2. Trey Savage started this year in Single A. He made his MLB debut 45 days ago. He's 22 years old. Now on the biggest stage, he did something no player had ever done. First player ever to record 12 strikeouts on 0 walks in the World Series. We'll have Jess Mendoza with a breakdown as the morning continues. Now, to the NFL and what Taylor was talking about. Let's get opening statements. Taylor Lewan, get us started.
Buy in. Thank you for the brief introduction, Greeny. I've got a bit of a qualm when it comes to the AFC North. I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and they might think they're flying high, but I have a belief the cream will rise to the top. And that cream is the Baltimore Ravens, although sitting at 2-5 by December 7th, will reign supreme.
Okay.
Like Jerry Jones.
I think that's halfway good. No, that's halfway good.
We're getting somewhere.
That's halfway good.
It is. And it's a good opening statement. Will Compton, you are next. Give me an opening statement this week and make it spicy.
The number 1 seed coming out of the AFC will be the New England Patriots.
Wow.
There are only 2 New England Patriots. There are only 2 potential losses I see on the back half of the schedule. Their offense does nothing but continue to get better. Drake May, over the last 4 games, almost 900 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception, league leading 75% completion rate, a whopping 11.1 yards per attempt. Their defense is top 5 in points. Their run defense, number 2 in the league. The New England Patriots, boys, number 1 seed.
I like it. That's spicy. Hawk, give me one.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft is the best tight end in the NFL, and I've been sitting on this for a while, but I think last week really brought it to the forefront. He went down the field, he went short, he went for 143 yards last week. 128 of those were yards after catch, which is leading any receiver in the NFL this season. 70% of his yards are yards after catch. The boy is a beast. He's tight end 1.
Let's talk about that one more a little bit later, too. I like that take. And then, Dan, get us to the game of the week.
Yeah, this is a must-win for Buffalo, and I go back to why last season ended the way it did. If you go to this matchup at home in Buffalo, Josh Allen has that massive run on 4th down that basically salts the Chiefs away. And then you go to the playoff game, that 4th down that was on the road in Kansas City where he's running around against that pressure, no plan for the protection, and it's a Hail Mary heave up, which ends up being somewhat of a drop by Kincaid. For Buffalo to get to the Super Bowl, that that game in the playoffs has to be played in Western New York.
Hey, but that's 2 fourth-down plays that made the difference last year, right?
One was at home and one was on the road.
And again, these teams, this is the 10th time. What did you say? It's the 10th time they've met?
Since 2020, this will be the 10th time that these two quarterbacks who aren't in the same division have met. 10 times.
That's crazy.
Since 2020. That's unbelievable.
What a treat that is for all of us as football fans. I always describe it as a heavyweight matchup between these two. It's like Ali Frazier 10, if you will. But so here's the thing. This was supposed to be Buffalo's year. Right? When it started, they didn't have to travel out of the Eastern time zone. They're favored in every game they play. And all of a sudden, Will Compton is over there credibly saying the New England Patriots might wind up winning that division and being the 1 seed. What has happened to Buffalo, and in particular, what is going on with Josh?
Josh has not played well, and he's going to have to play better this weekend to beat Kansas City. I think the two things that stand out are, number one, he's played very frustrated, and that's one of the reasons why that he's taken more sacks. He's ran around and held on to the football. There hasn't been a ton of explosive plays downfield. He's made some poor decisions that haven't been on the same page with his receivers. And the second thing is this. For a 5-year stretch, he was the best quarterback in football dealing with pressure. Best quarterback in football, and really it wasn't close. His QBR in that stretch was like 66 versus pressure, okay, for context. Right now, it's at 32. So he's half the quarterback he has been when it comes to dealing with the pressure. He used to kill people with it. So he's going to have to play a lot better than he has this year for this offense to play the way they want, and certainly to beat Kansas City.
There are those numbers. And Hawk, one of the questions we bring up all the time is, does he have the weapons on the outside to be the quarterback that was the MVP that we expect?
You're only as good with pressure as your outlets, and he's suffering in that department on the outside. They're having trouble separating. They really don't have answers down the field, so they got to start to figure this out, because Josh Allen's special quality is his ability to push the ball down the field. This is third downs from last game. You're seeing in these moments when there is pressure and he needs outlets, these DBs are breaking with their receivers almost sometimes before they're breaking. So for a quarterback, again, that is looking for quick answers, and receivers are play calling that is not giving him open opportunities or outlets to get away from it, there's going to continue to be issues. The play calling is affecting the receivers are affecting the play calling, and both of them are affecting Josh Allen this season.
So, Shefty, the trade deadline is, 5 days away?
Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern.
What do you think?
A lot of people believe the Buffalo Bills are in the market to add a wide receiver. Look, Dalton Kincaid didn't play in the Monday night loss against Atlanta. Josh Palmer now is missing time due to an ankle injury. They have some injuries, and they have some need there anyway. They could use another receiver. They have made calls. They'll continue to make calls. We'll see if they can get something done by the trade deadline on Tuesday.
And I should clarify for the receivers, they have talent. Shakir is incredible. Get the ball in his hands.
Shakir's been at yards after the catch.
He's at yards after the catch. There are elements that are missing to right-size their receiving core. Like Keon Coleman is going to continue to develop, but they need a threat downfield. They need a threat on that third level of the defense, because without that, Josh Allen isn't the Josh Allen that we're used to.
I find this fascinating because, Will, you're sitting here at the beginning of our show telling us you believe the Patriots wind up winning the division, but you also think the Bills are going to win this game on Sunday.
Yeah, I still believe in the Bills. We're up here talking about Josh Allen. Like, Josh Allen's going to come alive. The good news for the Bills is James Cook is running his ass off. Like, anytime he's 19, 20 touches a game, like he's getting over around 150 plus yards. Like, they have a running game. They got away from it against Atlanta. They went back to it a lot last week and leaned on James Cook heavy. Like, where Kansas City struggles a little bit stopping the run, this is where Buffalo can expose them a little bit. Where Buffalo has to get better is stopping the run. They're giving up like 150 a game. Like, they're going to have to limit explosive plays, stop getting so gashed in the run game. That's where they're gonna like kind of get back on track against Kansas City. But Kansas City's tough. But boys, we all know Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, regular season, Josh Allen is 4-1 against the Kansas City Chiefs.
So Cook matters, no question about it. You're gonna have to score 30 if you're Buffalo to win this game at least. I think Cook matters, yes, but this game comes down to Josh Allen versus defensive line in Kansas City. If I'm Josh and I'm Joe Brady, who's their offensive coordinator, that defensive line's got to beat you. That defensive line hasn't done anything this year. It has been nearly as good as it has been in the past. If I'm Josh, and my mentality this weekend is I'm holding on to the football and I'm trying to make big plays, because you're not going to beat this team 17-14 in Kansas City right now, and I'm not worried about that defensive line, at least what we've seen from that group this year.
You're saying you're not worried about the defensive line, and they just lost Ed Oliver, basically for the majority of the season, he's out indefinitely with a torn biceps tendon. So there's another loss and another need that this team has to overcome.
And then there's the other side. And as I watched the Chiefs play Taylor on Monday night, all I could think to myself was, if I'm a big fan of them, all I'm doing the rest of the season is watching every single play to make sure everyone gets up. Because if they don't get hurt, they're going back to the Super Bowl. I don't see anybody, pardon me, I don't see anybody in the AFC stopping that team if all the guys that were on that offense.
Greeny, come on, Greeny. They're drinking the Kool-Aid.
The AFC is beating that.
By the way, it's
what
about
Denver with a healthy Surtain?
Yes.
Denver?
I don't listen. The way Patrick Mahomes extends plays, like any play over 6 seconds when he's throwing the ball, he's got like over 600 yards. He does an amazing job extending plays, getting Rashid Rice's back, and then the relationship he has with Travis Kelce. You watch the game against the Commanders. Travis Kelce is in to block and realizes that Pat's in trouble, steps away, tosses him a little one, gets about 60 yards. He's running about a 5.140 in that situation, but he's still getting an explosive.
He put that head down and was
These guys, they understand how to play together, and when they're at full capacity, there really might not be another team that can beat them, especially.
You don't agree with my feeling that Kansas City looks inevitable. I mean, they look.
They look like the best team in the AFC. But the playoffs are one game, and Indianapolis has been tough, and Denver has been tough, and other teams will be riding into the playoffs with momentum. Look, the Chiefs may be favored, but you can't say they're inevitable and that they're going.
Listen, the Broncos, we should have this conversation again a little bit later. The Broncos offense did nothing against the Jets. They did nothing for 3 quarters against the Giants, and then came back and won a miracle game. They looked really good last week against the Dallas team. That's going to make everybody look good. And as far as, look, I will be rooting like crazy for Daniel Jones. I love that story. And I would love it to end with him riding off on his teammate's shoulders. But Daniel Jones versus Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game, I mean, which way are we looking?
Oh, yes, of course. But if you want me to tell you that Kansas City offensively is the hardest team to match up against,
yes,
I'm telling you Indy's second and it ain't far. That offense is brutal to have to deal with and to match up against when it comes to their physical talent.
You see the percent chances there. That's from our analytics. It's not from Vegas. That's what our group thinks. We'll save this conversation. We'll dive into it as we go. Taylor's got to